Hey everybody, this beer is Narragansett. It's from the can style is from the 70s, 1975 when they made the movie Jaws. That the guy crushed it, and I heard that from Bob at MM Beer. So parents, we have to talk. All right, we have to talk. Now, yesterday, I was on my front porch. Me and my son, we're just sitting there talking, or my son and I, we're sitting there talking. And a few houses down, they have kids. All right, anywhere from I think 6, 7. She might be 7 years old up to 13, maybe. I don't know. The neighbors, they the neighbors to the right of us or the left of us, we know them. The neighbors to the right of us, they just moved in. I know his name. I introduced myself. We talked and stuff, and they're working on it. Uh, well, one of the kids from down the street comes riding her bike down. Now, I don't talk to kids anymore for this reason. You talk to kids, they will be up your ass every day after because their parents either suck or don't want to be parents. Well, they go hand in hand. Now, where I used to live, I was a nice guy. I would say, hi, how you doing? Kids talk to me or something, or I'd help this kid out here and there. They have a mom and dad. Who do they come to? Who are they bothering all the freaking time? I don't have, I did my job of raising, the kids. I don't want to do your job. This is going to be a kind of a rant. I'm not doing your job anymore. Do your job. Teach your kids respect the law, respect other people's property, respect other people, blah, blah, blah. Do stuff for them, teach them this and that, so they're not going to somebody else down the street that they don't even know. So anyways, so I got so fed up with it that I put curtains up on my deck where I used to live. Curtains up for privacy so I could sit out there, have a beer, sit there and enjoy outside without people seeing me and they come rushing over, like roaches on something. I got tired of it. Oh, God, I'm glad I'm out of that trailer park. It used to be a mobile home park until new owners, somebody bought it. The guy retired. They hired. The maintenance guy was great. The maintenance people are great there. But they let anybody in there then, where it was, a selected few, and then it just went downhill. So anyways, so like I said, I don't talk to kids anymore because they'll be up you all day, every day for stupid stuff. Go talk to your parents. Go talk to the people down the street. Go talk to the person across the street. Leave me alone. Well, anyways, God. So I'm sitting on the front porch. Me and my son, we're sitting there talking. Girl from down the street, 6, 7 years old, riding her bike down the sidewalk, starts talking to us. We have our dog out there. We're sitting there talking. We're talking. She's talking to us. I'm ignoring her because I know as soon as I say one word to her, that's acceptance. That she's going to take acceptance. That she's going to be riding her bike down there every day and wanting to talk to me. So I ignore her. We both ignore her. And I can hear her talking. Do you know somebody moved in next door? Well, duh. I understand kids. God bless them. They're kind-hearted and everything like that, but they're naive. They don't know what the world, they don't. I'm getting to it. So I know that people are moving in. I know. Okay, that's fine. She rides her bike up my drive, stops at the steps on the porch. My dog gets up. Erin gets up, starts walking toward her. I was like, Erin, you stay over here. She comes back. The girl tries to walk up the steps. I was like, no, being polite. You stay there. You don't come up here. You know, I'm not a grumpy ass. But why are you coming up on somebody's porch? Parents. So I'm sitting there. I tell her, I was like, I'm trying to get something into her head. I says, I don't know you. I don't talk to strangers. I'm sorry. So then my dog starts going over there again. I was like, Erin, get back here. And she tries to come back up the steps. I was like, no, you stay down there. I says, I don't know you, and I don't talk to strangers. Thinking her parents told her, says, stranger danger, don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to people you don't know. I don't know these people. I don't know them. But this kid's walking up my sidewalk, up my steps. So I'm sitting there, and I'm not saying a word. My son isn't saying a word. We're just sitting there. So I'm just going to start talking to my son. So I start talking to my son what we were talking. She says, I can tell you my name. I totally ignore it. And then she says it again. I can tell you my name. Well, can you tell me your name? Can you get your parents' social security number? Can you get your parents, what's your social security number? Can you get your parents' voter registrations, their birth certificates, the wedding, if they're married, their wedding certificate for me? I should have asked her for all that. And then she'd run home and say, hey, the neighbor down the street wants this, and this, and this. And he'd probably come down and say, hey, what do you need that for? Well, she wants to tell me her name. I says, I'll just go all out, Okay. But I don't say anything. Finally, she gets on her bike and mumbles something. Okay, whatever, see you, leaves, goes home. Probably talks to her parents. Say, the guy down the street says he's not supposed to talk to strangers. He doesn't know me. I told him I was going to tell him my name. Well, these parents probably says, well, just leave him alone. Instead of being parents, now this is what I'm getting to. Parents. There's a lot of parents out there like that. I'm sure the people watching this video told their kids about stranger danger. Don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to this guy. Would you be walking in Walmart and just start talking to somebody? Don't do that. Teach your kids not to talk to strangers. Because I know for damn well there's a sexual predator right down in the next freaking block. Now your kid's going to be riding their bike down there, and you're going to be like, do you let your kids ride all the way down, a quarter mile, half mile from your house? God forbid they get picked up, boom, thrown in a car, and then you're going to be crying your eyes out. Oh, I just turned my head for a minute, and she's gone. That's on you. That's on you as a parent. You're just like them parents that leave kids in the car and it's hot. Oh, I forgot about my child in the car and they died because you didn't want to be a parent anymore and you're trying to get through a loophole to get off as being a parent so you can go out and party and do whatever you want to do. But you know damn well for sure you're going to remember your cell phone. Oh, yeah, that cell phone. Good Lord. You hold on to that more than you hold on to your kid. But teach your kids not to talk to strangers. Come on. Because we're going to see you on the news. We're going to see you on the news crying your eyes out your kid's gone. And this is what we have to put up with society with idiot parenting. I'm sorry to be so angry about this, but it happens all the time. Thousands of kids go missing because you don't want to do your job and teach them. Just drive down the road and it only takes a few seconds. Someone's going to grab them, throw in a van, gone. Gone. Because you didn't want to do what you wanted to do. The kid probably didn't have any smartwatch, no cell phone, no tracking, no nothing, not even a walkie-talkie, nothing, just riding her bike. I see her ride down the road by herself. So just teach your kids. Be a parent. I see this just goes with parenting. I see more of it. You get kindergarten, it's fine. I didn't go to kindergarten. I went straight to first grade. But it seems like the parents are pushing their kids earlier and earlier into school. And when I see this, I might be totally wrong. I don't know. I'm just an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. But they seem like you got kindergarten. Oh, you got preschool. Then you got preschool. It's like they don't want their kids around. They're happy to see them, go away from summer vacation, go back to school. Oh my goodness, we're having parties because we can't stand our kids. But as soon as they get out of school, shove them into some thing so they're out of your hair because you don't want to teach them anything. You don't want to be a parent. Take them, let them out. This is what I see. But it's like preschool and pre-kindergarten and everything just to get them out of your hair. That's what I see. Summer camps and everything. I don't want to deal with them. Let somebody else deal with them. Now you don't even feed your kids. You can't feed your kids. You got giveaways and all this food and everything else because you don't want to do you better believe you got cigarettes and beer. But you don't have food for your kids, but you're going to go down to the shelter and get free food. You get a bag of potatoes, $20 probably worth of groceries, and people stand in line for a half an hour to get this $20. I don't know. I'm sorry, but it's parents don't want to be parents anymore. They just push their kids off on anybody they believe. That would, grandparents, they're fine. Grandparents, they want to take care of the kids. But, you get people that, I don't know. It's just what it boils down to too much lack of parenting, proper parenting in the world today. That's why you have so many problems with people flipping out and impatient and I want to talk to the manager kind of people, like, I can't do no wrong. Or the blatant disregard for respect of law. It's like, okay, you could say there are a few bad people, bad cops, all right? But you can't lump them all being bad. You can't. If you want to play that thought, okay, you get a couple of bad guys in a certain race. Can you lump the whole race in there? No. That's what he did with 9/11. They said everybody's a terrorist now. Anybody in the Middle Eastern is a terrorist. No, they're not. There's a lot of crappy parents out there that need to be called out for being crappy parents. I know a lot of them. I know a lot. I lived around a lot of them. I worked with a lot of them. And when your kid thinks it's okay to strike you in anger, that's where you drop the ball. And I've seen it. I can imagine what them kids are like now. I can imagine. Because you didn't want to do your job and you dropped the ball. So there you go, kids. Teach your kids not to talk to strangers because I don't want to see you crying on the news. I'm sure there's examples where you were with your kid and everything, and they grabbed them up out of there or whatever. You tried to fight and everything like that. Okay, but for the most part, people they don't care. They let their kids wander around and everything, and they don't give a rat's backside of until they get hurt somewhere in a store. Then you want to sue the store. But how about if the store comes back and sues you for not being, the kid not there? They got a security camera. He's 4 aisles over and pulls this thing down on him. You're gone. Take the kid away, put him in proper care because you can't handle it. I don't know. Covered a lot of bases here, and I'll probably see you in the next one. And remember, know when to say when. Don't drink and drive. Blah, blah, blah. All the good stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.